Hello friends and neighbors, welcome to Gentry Vintage. I am Josh, your host. This is take 2 of this video. First of all, I want to say thank y'all to the ones who notified me about the volume issue on this last one. I deleted that video, no reason for people to have to try to strain to hear me, so I went ahead and just deleted it and figured I'd go ahead and make another one. But thank you to those who alerted me that the volume was an issue. It was strange when I played it back on my end. The volume was seemed normal, but I think what happened was I had the Bluetooth microphone out here. Excuse me. I had the Bluetooth microphone out here, and there was a lot of background noise, and I'm thinking that it's possible I had it too far back I had it clipped on my collar. It's possible I had it too far back, but I think it may have also been trying to cancel out some of the background noise. But thank y'all for making me aware of that. Anyway, let's try this again. This time, I am smoking my Peterson 86. And if you are a follower of the channel, you might know by now that this is primarily my vapor Virginia Perique pipe. Excuse me. And today in it we have some Escudo Navy Deluxe. So as you advance into your pipe smoking journey, I would say most people probably eventually have a couple, I'm gonna say at least one or two blends that are kind of your go-to blends. And that can change over time. At this current time, I have 3 what I consider to be go-to blends, and that would be Carter Hall, HH Burley Flake, and Escudo Navy Deluxe. Those are my 3 go-to comfort blends, I guess you'd say. Another blend that I've been enjoying over the past week, which is not new to me, I smoke it occasionally off and on, is a Peterson Elizabethan mixture. That is one I enjoy. The nicotine level on that one's a little higher than what I'm used to, but it's not something that I smoke all the time either. So, but I've learned the more I smoke it, it's one of those that if I sit down and just kind of really take my time with it, smoke it slow, it's good. But sometimes it gets to tasting good and I get to puffing a little too hard on it, and I still feel like nicotine's starting to hit me. But the very first time I tried that blend, I wasn't really sure what I thought about it. So I jarred it up, sat on it for a little while, and I'd smoke it every once in a while. And then someone had sent me a package with some sample blends to try, and there was another 10 of that in there. And it was a full 10, but the seal had already been broke on it, so I left what was in my jar and started kind of working my way through that 10, and really started kind of getting to enjoy that blend. But there are some really good vapor blends out there, but I think right now my 2 go-tos would be Escudo and the Peterson Elizabethan mixture. Escudo to me is one of those that could be almost a almost an all day, everyday smoke if you really wanted to. Me personally, um, kind of like, for me, kind of like with the HH Burley Flake. I absolutely love that blend, but it's not something I want to smoke every day, all day, or, well, I don't smoke all day, but it's not something I want to smoke every day because I feel like it would lose that specialness that it has. And same way with the Escudo for me, but Carter Hall has become literally my everyday smoke. It's not a complex blend. It's just simple, and it's pretty much every day when I come home from work, that's what I grab is Carter Hall. Occasionally I'll grab something else, but and then later on in the evening after supper, before bed or whatever, or after, right after supper or something, I'll reach for something like the HH Burley Flake or the Escudo, or something else, something a little more complex. But not that these are not that this is complex, but well, I heated back up this week. The humidity hadn't been too bad, but we've been hovering around that 90 mark for the past few days. But it's been decent though. It's I believe in the low 80s here today. It's been sunny all day up until right now. It's kind of overcast, but it's still a nice day, nice weather. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. I didn't bring the microphone back out here this time. I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with that and try to dial in the sound a little better. But it really could have been the fact that I had it too far back on my collar. But anyway, well, we'll mess with that. So the wife has discovered a new blend that she absolutely loves, and of course it would be a blend that is no longer available. Carolina Rose and Garrett from Smoke Snacks both had sent over some aromatics since she started picked up the pipe and started experimenting with some aromatics, and both of them had sent us some Captain Black Grape. And she has discovered that she absolutely loves Captain Black Grape. And I told her, I said, you would have to pick something that I can't just get online and order. But yeah, I told her to smoke very slowly through what she had, which I think fell on deaf ears. Speaking of my wife, I mentioned in the video I posted earlier that the sound was messed up. She's been dealing with some health issues recently, and she got up the other morning and was having some issues, and she said, I'm gonna go to work, but when the immediate care place opens, I'm gonna I think it was 8 a.m. or whatever. She said, when they open up, I think I'm gonna go over there and have them check it out. And I said, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let me know what they say. And about 8:30 or so that morning, she sends me a text and says, I'm going to the ER. I said, well, what do you mean you're going to the ER? She said, I went to the immediate care, they got me back, and she said the doctor walked in, she told her what was going on and everything, and she said, no, you need to go to the ER right now. So I went and told my boss, I said, I need to leave, the wife's in the hospital, she's in the emergency room right now, and we don't really know what's going on. And he said, that's fine, I'll deal with what I need to deal with, you just go, be there, get there, be there, with her. And he knows my wife. She used to actually work with me where I worked for a couple years, and he thinks a lot of her. So he totally understood. I mean, regardless of whether he knew her or not, it wouldn't have mattered. But he told me to go ahead and be with her, and then he'd take care of whatever he needed to do. But so we sat in the emergency room all day. They ran a bunch of tests, CAT scan and blood work and this and that, just everything under the sun, it seemed like. But still no real answers. But the doctor was nice, but he said from an emergency perspective, there was nothing that he could really do, and there wasn't anything emergency-wise that would justify being able to admit her into the hospital. So he recommended, referred to a specialist that he wanted her to see the following day. And unfortunately, they couldn't get her in yesterday, but she does have an appointment for this coming Wednesday. So he strongly advised that he see the specialist as soon as possible, and put notes all over her chart of what he wanted them to look at and do and all that. So come Wednesday, hopefully we'll get some answers. So if you would, please keep her in your prayers. While we are in the middle of dealing with all that, my stepmom calls me while I'm sitting in the hospital room and was asking, how's she doing, what's going on, and all that sort of mess. And proceeds to tell me, well, your dad went to the cardiologist today, and we got some answers to some of the troubles he's been having. And she proceeds to tell me that he has blockages in all of his arteries, some minor, but most are severe. And they want to do a heart cath and see about trying to put some stents in and blah blah blah. And they said it's a pretty urgent situation that they need to get a move on. And while I was glad that she, appreciative of her letting me know all this, it kind of hit at a not so good time. I would have much rather learned of all this kind of maybe when I got home and things settled down, not right in the middle of all of that. But I don't want to complain, because I'm glad that she's not known for always communicating well with me when it comes to my dad's health. And if you're new to the channel or may not have seen videos where I've mentioned it, my dad is in the advanced stages of Parkinson's disease. So any health issues with him is just something else on top of the health issues he already has. So yeah, I'm appreciative that she told me all this information. It's just it come at kind of a inconvenient, or I guess it's never a convenient time, but it was just really bad timing. but God is good, and I'm a firm believer that God never puts more on you than you can handle, and I know everything will work out for the best, and just got to pray on it and have faith, and we'll work through it. On top of all that, I've been dealing with, I guess, some processing a little bit with some more vision loss. With my eye condition, it's just something that happens with eye condition. I have retinitis pigmentosa, and I've been fortunate that my vision's been relatively stable most of my life. But when I do lose vision, it's usually so slow that it kind of gives me time to adjust and adapt to it. And I feel like recently, over the past few months, that it's kind of dropped off quicker to where I haven't had a chance to really adapt and adjust to it as easily. But it is what it is. It's something that I've always known will happen, and it's just part of it. But a couple months ago, I don't have a large library. I don't have a lot of books in my collection, but majority of the books I do have are automotive literature type stuff. And I had a few books that were relatively hard to come by and kind of pricey books for an automotive enthusiast. And a couple of them are pretty rare. But I decided it was time, instead of them sitting on a shelf, where I can't really enjoy them much anymore. They're just too hard for me to see. Yeah, I can look at pictures and stuff, but it was time to let those go to a new caretaker. So another guy in our car club was interested in them, so I made him a good deal. Hopefully he'll enjoy those for some years to come. Sorry, got a little distracted. What y'all doing? She coming out? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then she's at the door. Oh. You gonna come out with me? Come talk to you too. If you didn't hear, Mrs. Gentry was gonna vacuum. She was trying to let the cat out here on the back porch. I don't think she come out. No, I guess she decided to stay in. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah. So I let some of the books go to a car club, another car club member, and hopefully he'll get some enjoyment out of those. It's better than them just sitting on a shelf, collecting dust. I kept some. I kept a few of them, but like I said, they were just sitting on a shelf, and I wasn't doing anything with them. So there's really no sense in them sitting there. And I got a little bit of money out of them, so he got a good deal. But I didn't really lose nothing on them. I wasn't trying to make this video a doom and gloom video. I got a package in last Saturday. A viewer of mine, subscriber, reached out to me and was offering me a sample of a blend that I was wanting to try. And we got to talking back and forth a little bit through email. And he sends me a list, excuse me, sent me a list of everything that he had in his cellar. So he said, if there's anything in this list that you want to try, let me know and I'll send you a sample. So I looked through it. I found a few things that I've been wanting to try for quite a while, and I sent him an email back, told him what all had got my attention. And he emails me back and said, I'll send you samples of them. I said, I'm not by any means asking you to send me samples of all of these. These are just the ones that caught my attention. And he said he was going to send me a sample of all of them, and I said, at least let me pay for the shipping, And he said, no, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. But so I get a box in last Saturday, and I noticed on the when he sent me the tracking information and everything, I noticed that the weight of the package was higher than what it should have been, and I thought, well, it's the post office. Who knows what they did? But I got the package in last weekend, and it definitely was heavier than what I was expecting. So I popped it open, and the first thing I noticed was a couple jars. He didn't just send me a sample, he sent me what he had in the jars. And then I think there was three tins in there that were sealed, never opened. And a couple of those got, and one of them was a Virginia blend, which I'm really excited about, but it's got 3 years of age on it. and it's one that I've wanted to try for quite some time. So I'm really excited to crack that one open and share with you. Well, share through video. I'm not going to be sending that one out to you. But I'm very excited to try that one, and I'm going to do a video, first impressions, and a review on that. It's one, like I said, I've been wanting to try for quite a while. I never expected my first time trying it for it to be a aged tin, but that was a really nice surprise. But thank you, sir, so much for your generosity in sending me those. It was quite a surprise when that package arrived. I was not expecting that at all. But I won't mention his name. I don't know if he wants me to publicize his name or not. But if he does, when I go to do a review with one, I'll let you know who he is if he's okay with it. But it was very, very kind to him to share some of his collection from his cellar with me, and I'm very appreciative of that. The kindness and generosity of the YTPC family just never fails to amaze me. Hopefully, actually this evening I might crack one of those open and do a review with you. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. The first time I did this video with the bad sound, it ended up being like 25 minutes, and I hope I'm nowhere near 25 minutes now. But you know, I normally say it's my channel. If I want to make a 30-minute video, you know, that's fine. People either watch it or they won't. But try to keep it down to a reasonable amount of time, because if you're like me, sometimes you don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and watch videos, and you might want to watch more than one person. So sometimes shorter videos are appreciated. But I don't mind long ones either. I mean, Jess Pipin put out a he said it was his longest video, and honestly, I don't even know how long it was. I watched the whole thing, but it really didn't bother me whatsoever that it was long, and really didn't notice if he wouldn't have mentioned it. So I don't mind long videos, but sometimes when you have shorter ones, it gives you an opportunity to check out some other stuff while you have the time. But anyway, I'm still rambling. So I apologize for the lack of videos over the past few days, and hopefully I can get back on a routine of putting content out more regularly and apparently get me something to drink. But if you stuck with me this long, I appreciate you listening, and as always, I appreciate you being a part of the Gentry Vintage community. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. That way you don't miss any upcoming content, and we'd love to have you a part of the community. And if you're a lurker and you've considered putting out content of your own, go for it. Throw a video out there. I was a lurker for a little while, and I finally decided to just go for it and give it a try. And look what happened. But I'm sure there's many people out there like me that have considered doing it and just haven't done it yet. But if you've been thinking about it, go ahead, make you a video and throw it out there. You never know. Let us put a face with a name. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So, I'm gonna finish this here pipe and go help the little lady do some house stuff. So, anyway, I guess until next time, I wish blessings for all, and lots of luck to you and yours.